All right, guys, so we are going to look at From Silent Spring in the critical thinking. That's over here, and you're going to notice that it is due on Monday. If you have some questions, that's fine. I'm more than happy to answer them, but I need you to watch this just so that you can see exactly how I want everything formatted in your assignment today. So I'm going to go into Preview so that you are looking at it and I can write some things in exactly like you'll see. Throughout the assignment, you're going to be asked to cite evidence from the text. The story is only 2 pages long, so I'm not asking a lot or asking you to really delve in deep into a long story. But this is part of citing your source. So since we already know the author in the story, you're going to be asked to include the page number and the paragraph from the story. Now, this is a little different than what you're going to be doing normally, but it's just a way to practice using the citation in a quote. So remember that a period always goes after the citation in a parentheses. So when you do this, you're going to write your quote. You're going to put a parenthesis, your page number, your comma, paragraph number, end of parenthesis, and then you put your period that kind of closes everything in. Think of it like your bookmarks, okay, or your bookends. You've got the beginning to hold them steady. That's how you start it. And then when you're all done with everything, that period squeezes everything together to show that it's one common thought. So an example of what this might look like, in your story you have, there was once a town in the heart of America where all life seemed to live in harmony with its surroundings. I don't put the period at the end of that sentence, but I put it at the end of my citation. So I said it's on page 76, put my comma, put a space, and then put paragraph 1. So if I was going to do this, I might look at what was life like what was the condition of life at the beginning of the excerpt. So when you guys think of this, think of like the ACE method, okay? ACE method means that I start with an answer. That's the A. So we're going to go A, C, E. Okay? And what I want is and you don't have to write that down in yours, but what was life like, or what was the condition of life at the beginning of the excerpt? The world, you want a capital letter, the world was lush with I can't spell vegetation. Vegetation. This is why we have spell check. Okay, the world was lush with vegetation. Now the next thing I have to do is go into my actual story and I need to find a quote. So I have it's the full book, so you're going to have to use your textbook so that you have the page numbers right, but I'm going to use the full book just so that you can kind of see what I would be doing to find my information. All right, so when I looked into my assignment, I said the world was lush with vegetation. So I need some kind of proof that there's vegetation. So right here it says along the roads, we have all these different kind of plants, delighted the traveler's eye. Now I can stop right there and I can only use that information. So I'm going to take that information and I am going to, here's my citation. So this is on another line. I want you to put your quotation mark, you're going to put in your quote, and then I didn't end at the end of a sentence. So because I didn't end at the end of a sentence, I am going to put my ellipsis in, and then I'm going to put my end quote. Now, an ellipsis is not a period, okay? An ellipsis is an ellipsis. It's just saying there's more in this. There's more to this sentence. I'm going to put my parenthesis. I'm going to put what page number it's on. I might be off on this one. Like I said, mine is on the computer, so it's 76 or it's 176. I can't remember on yours. And it is out of which paragraph. So if I go back here, well, here's paragraph 1 right here. Oops. Here is paragraph 1. And this right here would start paragraph 2. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to put a 2 for that paragraph, end my parenthesis, and I'm going to put a period. All right, in the ACE method, the E actually stands for explanation, so that's when you would explain how your answer and your citation go together. I am not going to make you do that right now, so we're only doing the first 2. So your answer should look similar to mine. If you don't need an ellipsis, like you go to the end of a sentence. So I could have written all the way to the end where it says through much of the year. I'm going to show you how to do that also. So I'm going to take this part off and I put through much of the year. Well, notice I have a period at the end of the sentence. You want to take that period out because your period for the sentence actually goes at the end of the citation. You don't want 2 periods to separate this out as a sentence because it's not. Okay? If you have questions on how to do this or you're not sure, put in what you know and don't hit submit, and then on Monday when we get back together in class, you can have me look at it really quickly and just see did I do my citation correctly? And if not, we'll fix it quickly. Make sure you're using periods, capital letters, all of the punctuation is correct as you can get it, because notice this is worth 5 points. Your answer is a point, your citation is a point, your page is a point, your paragraph is a point, and then all of that punctuation going together is another point. If you don't have a complete sentence on your answer, you won't get that point. If you don't have a period or a capital letter, you won't get the point for this one. So each thing needs to be done correctly in order for you to get all your points right. Again, if you have questions, please ask, and hopefully this was at least clear enough that you guys can answer your questions. Some of these, like how does the condition of life change? Notice there's nothing that says cite evidence or justify with evidence. You don't have to put this stuff, okay? You don't have to cite anything on those. This is just tell me your answer, okay? If it has cite or justify, though, you do have to give me support with text evidence. This one, list 3 clues. It's a list, guys. That doesn't even need to be a complete sentence. You just give me what causes the sudden change from question 3. That's a complete sentence. Give me 3 examples of things that had caused the change. Okay, what caused the sudden change from the question? What are 3 things that happened is really what I'm looking for. So if you, again, hopefully everything is okay. The story is only 2 pages long, really. So I think you've got very little to have to look at as far as to support your answers with text.